Are you a new player who wants to start farming on your island, but you really don't know where to start? Or maybe just a player that has been playing for a while, has an island, and really doesn't know what to do with it? If that's the case, this is the right video for you, because on this video, we'll show you exactly how to get an island, how to start farming, how much profit can you actually make, and if it's worth it or not to keep doing it in the future. So the first thing that we have to know about farming, it's done in the islands. And now in order to do that, you have to buy one first. Now to get it, you have to have at least 7 days of active premium. Now once you have premium once, you can buy it forever. So it really only has a limitation of getting premium once. Now there are a bunch of different ways that you can get premium. You can 1, buy it with silver. 2, you can buy it with money, either 30 days or 7 days, both work. Or you can get a giveaway, for example, which a lot of YouTubers do. And if you want to get one, you can join my Discord link down below where we have monthly active premium giveaways every single month. Anyways, once you have your premium, the only thing that you have to do is go into the island manager. Now there is one of these in every single major city in Albion. So any city that you may think of, there is one. Once you go there, you are going to have to pay silver in order to purchase your island. Now, the first time that you ever buy an island, it's going to be super cheap. It's going to start off by 20,000 and then it can be upgraded from level 1 all the way to level 6. In this case, the upgrades are going to be super cheap. So 20,000, 500,000, 1.1 million, 1.3 million, 1.5 million, and 2 million, totaling to 6.5 million silver for your first ever island. If you want to buy more, because you can buy one island on every single city, so Brazilian, Martel, Carlian, Limers, whatever city it is, you can buy one. But these will be way more expensive. And instead of paying around 6.5 million silver for the whole level up, you're going to be paying around 26 million. So you really have to start with one and then see if it works for you, and then you can move on to the more expensive one and your other islands in the future. So for the start, I just recommend that you get your first island to the max as soon as possible. Now once you do so, you're going to have available 16 plots, and plots are the places where you can build your farms. Now from these, you can build a lot of different things. You can build buildings, you can build houses, you can build farms, you can build pastures. The options are endless. But for the sake of this video, we are simply going to be making farming stations, which in this case are farms and herb gardens. Now it's very important that you know the difference. Now a farm is something that you can use for cooking. So for cooking materials, so for example corn, for example wheat. Herb farms or herb gardens are for potions, so are going to be herbs, so crenellated burdocks, foxgloves, dragon teasel, so on and so forth. So it's very important that you know which one you want to go for. But before we make any item or any farm whatsoever, it's very important that we do 2 things. First, see the bonus city, because every single city has a bonus for a specific farm. So in this case, I am making my farms in Martlock, and one of the bonus cities is Foxglove, which is a tier 6 herb. So I want to focus on this herb in specific in this city, because I'm going to get around 10% more yield. Now yield is pretty much the outcome, meaning that it's the amount of resources that you're gonna get from the crop. In this case, we're gonna be getting around 10% more, which at the end of the day is actually quite a lot. However, if I was, for example, in Tedford, which is a completely different city, I wouldn't be making these foxgloves because they don't have bonus. I could be else making cabbages, arcana garrix, and so on and so forth. Always see the materials that you want to do in your farm before making anything. Now, if these materials in these crops are tier 6, tier 7, tier 8, whatever it is, and they are hard to get, don't stress too much about it. The objective is growing all the way to there, meaning that you should have an objective in mind. So if your objective is tier 6, just keep making tier 3s, tier 4s, tier 5s, whatever you want until you reach the desired level so you can do your target crop. Now the second thing that we have to do is check the marketplace. And why is this so important? Because a lot of the times people think, oh, I want to make foxglove. But are foxglove the best thing that you can do? Now currently I've been mostly playing on the Europe server, so I'm very familiar with the prices that we have here. And then currently I know that there's a very big necessity for tier 6 and tier 7 herbs. So this is one of the reasons why I decided to make foxgloves, because they are super mega needed and a lot of people are getting into potion crafting, meaning that a lot of people are going to be needing these herbs in the nearby future. The price in the marketplace, it's around 620 silver per unit, which is way more than the average 450 that you might get for example, an arcane agaric, meaning that we're getting around 30% more profit margin if we simply choose a good herb to make. So now that we know which herb we want to make, where can we start? Well, the first thing that we have to do is build the structures where we're going to be planting our seeds. In this case, we are going to go for herb gardens, which is where we can grow foxglove. Now, they are very cheap to make and they really only cost around 50,000 silver per. Now, we're going to make 14, so that's around a 600,000 silver investment. Now, what exactly do you need to build an herb garden? Well, it's pretty simple. So you need rough logs tier 1, rough stone tier 1, then you're gonna need planks tier 2 and blocks tier 2. In this case, 25 of every single one of the items. You can buy them on the marketplace for super cheap. You don't need to set up a buy order. You can just buy them straight as they are super mega cheap and affordable as well. Now, once you buy these, you are probably gonna build everything at once. Now, for the 16 plots that you're going to be having on your island, you're going to need around 400 materials. So meaning 400 planks, 400 blocks, 400 rough stones, and 400 rough logs. Now, once you destroy in the future your farms, you're going to get part of these materials back. So don't stress too much about losing them. Once you have everything done, the only thing that we have to do is buy the seeds of the items that we're going to be making. Now, in this case, you can buy the seeds in two places. First, you can buy them on the marketplace, which often is where most people buy them. And the second place, you can buy it on the NPC that you find on your island. Now, there is an NPC in pretty much every single island that you have, meaning that you can just buy them from there. But it's very important that before you buy, you compare the price on the NPC and the price on the marketplace, as often the marketplace is a lot cheaper than the NPC. And why is that? We're gonna see later on this video. So now that we have everything, the last step is literally just planting the seeds that we have. Now to do this, you'll open your inventory, click on the seed, and once you do so, you will see a button that you can click that says place. Now you can do this manually, or you can just do shift right click and it will automatically plant without the need of always clicking on your inventory. So now that the seeds are planted, we see a lot of new things. First, we see the growth, which in this case it takes 22 hours for the plants to fully grow. Then we see the local, which in this case gives us 10% yield, which is due to the fact that we're making these herbs in the bonus city for foxglove. Then premium will get you 100% more yield, meaning that you're going to get around 100% more materials, and that's why it's so important to have premium if you're going to use farming. And then watering. Now watering is something that you use your focus on and we'll cover in a second. Now, since we have premium, our yield is going to be from 6 to 14 elusive gloves, and we're going to get an 86.67% of getting a seed back. So what exactly are we going to be doing with this information? So first, premium becomes very important. Second, the place where we choose to grow our seeds is also very important. And then watering becomes super good. Now, a lot of you guys don't use your focus, and islands are often something where people want to use their focus. So for the sake of this video, I will show you exactly the difference between using focus and no focus. Now, in this case, we're going to get 26.67% more yield of seeds, meaning that it's going to give us around 107%, meaning that it's going to give us around 113% of seed yield, meaning that we have a 100% chance of getting one seed and 13% of getting a second one. Now, if each seed is selling for around 18,000 silver, this means that we can actually make a little bit of money if we are lucky and we get a lot of second seeds. Now, for the sake of this video, I decided to test out exactly how much more money could we make if we actually watered the plants and how much silver that would actually give us. This took me pretty much 2 days because I did it on the same city, and here are the results. So, for the first batch, which was done without focus, we got 121 fox elusive seeds back. Meaning that from the 144 total plots that we did, we actually lost 21 seeds. Then we got 32 worms and a stack 331 fox elusive. Now this gives a total of 2.7 million silver. Now for the second day, which is where we used focus to water every single plant, because we got 163 seeds, meaning that we got around 40 seeds more. Now for this video, we also got the same amount of fox elusives, which was honestly expected because the yield just didn't change. When we use focus, the only thing that really changes is the seed focus. So we got around 42 more seeds than we did on the previous batch. Now, if we were to sell these 48 extra seeds on the marketplace, we would get around 864,000 silver. Now, I spent a lot of focus because each of these seeds costed me around 250 focus per plant. Now, since we made 144 of them, that means that it was a total cost in terms of focus of 36,000 focus. I even had to use potions to get the necessary focus to do the whole entire island. And it's very important that you know that I still have quite a little bit of spec on this fox elusives, around 49. Meaning that with even this high spec, I mean it's not huge but it's still some spec, I still had to pay so much focus to do this. And I paid 36,000 silver for just an extra 864,000, meaning that it pays me very little silver in terms of focus. So it's not a huge return. So in conclusion, I don't think that you should be focusing or using focus on your island, as it's something that it just doesn't pay well. There are huge and way better things that you can use focus on, for example, crafting, refining, or even tuning. Nevertheless, I think that it's a great thing for you to do if you don't use focus. And why is that? Well, let's see exactly how much money that we made from this without the need of any focus and by just doing this activity that, again, takes literally 10 minutes to make. So, in terms of profit, how much did we actually make? So first, we lost 21 seeds. Now, if we were to buy these seeds again, that means that we paid around 378,000, meaning that we actually lost this money. So from the 1.3k foxglove that we got, we actually made 824,000 silver, meaning that if we sell these at market value for 620, we would actually make 824,000 silver. And that gives a rough profit at 450,000 silver per day, because you can do this every single day. So if you do this every 30 days, that means that you can roughly make 14 million silver or 13.4 million silver every single month by just doing your crops. Now the best part is you really don't need any focus to do this. You can just hop in, log on, do your farms, and get this amount of money per day. Now, just in 1 month, you can pretty much pay for your entire first island. If you want, you can always do this in multiple islands in multiple cities of your own. So if you want to expand this, what a lot of people do is actually they just rent the islands from other players for around 200,000 silver per, meaning that they can just rinse and repeat this process every single day, multiple times, making so much more money. Anyways, this is just to show you how easy it is to become a farmer, and you really don't need anything besides an island to do so. It's also very important that if you ever want to cash out, you can just literally take everything out and just sell your items. So all the seeds, all the herbs, all the worms, and most important, if you don't want to do it anymore, you can just rent your island to someone who wants to do it. Now, if you want to rent or put your island to rent, you can also do so on my Discord, and the link is down below. Anyways, that is all for me. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll be seeing you on the next one. And as usual, Nendys out.